Well, hello, good evening to you, and welcome back. Yeah, 2 nights, 2 streams. Yeah, like buses, nothing happens for ages, then they all come along at once. But welcome, thank you very much for joining me again. If you're new here from last night, if you missed last night, wait till the show's over, then go back and watch it. It gives me more viewing hours, and you can catch up where we got to. But thank you. If you have come back, welcome back again. Yeah, what we're doing, we're continuing with the this will be part 3 actually of the Metcalfe building, the card model of a railway station for the settled Carlisle Railway. Have a look. I'll show you where it is. There we are. This is where we got to last night. After you left, what happened was I stuck the other gable end on and then did the front entrance porch. I'm not quite sure which way around it goes yet, whether that's the front, which way do you, if that's the station side, if that's the platform side, how do you get out to get on your train? There's a little door there perhaps. Yeah, there's no, but you need to get in the ticket office, buy your tickets, so that's maybe there. Well, it all may become apparent when we get round to it. Yeah, as you saw last night, there was a mistake made by sticking the windows in the wrong place. Or sticking them on too early and then finding it was the wrong window, but I got around that. And the door on the window are fitted perfectly, so yeah, it's ready to go. Now come back, I'll come back to you. Right, yeah, so what are we going to do tonight? Well, we're going to carry on with this. I don't know how long we'll be here for or if we get it finished, but certainly the roof is going to go on. That's the next stage that shows in the instructions. And then we'll just take it from there. I could be here an hour, I could be here 2 hours, we'll see. But yeah, but it's up to you. It's up to you to keep me here, keep me chatting. If you want to ask some questions of me in the chat, doesn't have to be anything model related. You can ask me anything tonight. It's Friday night. Oh, and drink of the evening. I mentioned last night that I got a present from the daughter for her birthday, which was some Cypriot whiskey. Let's go back. And this is what it is tonight. Ovis. Yeah, when she said, I've got you some Ovis, I thought she meant she'd got me a loaf of bread. Ovis. That's how we say it here in Cumbria. Ovis. Yeah. It's a small batch Scotch whiskey, aged in commandaria flasks, whatever commandaria is. Commandaria. Yeah. So it's 40% proof. I could probably clean my brushes in this. But yeah. Anyway, it's a small batch whiskey from Cyprus, and it's very nice. I've got my glass. These are not, as Trevor asked, these are not some weathered ice cubes. These are whiskey stones. It's so that you can put them in your whiskey and it doesn't dilute your drink. So yeah, let's pour myself one. Oh, pop! I like the cork coming out of the bottle. Yeah, so let's pour myself one. And yeah, this program is brought to you by Ovis. Yeah, if you're watching Mr. Ovis in Cyprus, you can send me one. Yeah, there is no product placement in this video, by the way. yeah, there's no product placement, but cheers anyway, and thank you for coming along. And I see there's one or two people that have come into chat. And who will they be tonight? They will be Skipper Scale Models. I've heard of him from somewhere before. Candy's in. Thank you for coming back, Candy. I know you said you would be here, and you are. Gemma's in. Welcome, Gemma. Nice to see you again. Hugh Gordon. Hi, Hugh. And then Zance has come in, and yeah. So there's a few people watching that are not in chat. I know you're out there because I've got all the buttons and it tells me things. So if you're not in chat, come along and say hello, and then you can go back to watching. At least we know you're there. Ovis, very appropriate for a Yorkshire station. Yeah, right, Ovis. It were a grand ride back though. Let's go back onto the station. So there we are. Yeah, Ovis. Now then, I did say last night that I would find some pictures of the actual station and where it's at. Now, where it's at is here. This is the Ribble Viaduct. Now, by the powers of Wikipedia, I've got some information. The Ribblehead Viaduct, that's that one there, or Batty Moss Viaduct, is on the settled Carlisle Railway, and it crosses Batty Moss in the Ribble Valley. Yeah, not Nora Batty, Batty Moss. Yeah, they're all sounding Yorkshire, aren't they? Batty Moss. It's 28 miles northwest of Skipton and 26 miles southeast of Kendal. It's a Grade 2 listed structure. Ribblehead Viaduct is the longest and the third tallest structure on the settled Carlisle line. Now, if you ever do get the chance to travel on the settled Carlisle line, it's gorgeous. It's one of the most scenic railways in the country. The viaduct itself is 440 yards long, it's 104 feet high, and it has 24 spans, and it was built in 1870. Now the story of the Ribble Viaduct is that during its construction it caused a lot of deaths from accidents, illness, and everything else. I think about over 100 people were killed during the building. So many people so that the railway company paid for an expansion to the local cemetery. Anyway, the station itself is just a short distance from the viaduct, and this is it. Notice, well, when we compare it with the model shortly, you can see that yes, this model, it doesn't say so, but this model is actually based on the Ribblehead Viaduct station. And looking at the picture there, it now becomes apparent which way round it goes. There's the red doors, and yeah, that's the way around it will face the train. So there we are. Bobbins has just come in. Hi Bobbins. Yes, 2 streams in 2 days. Yes, I'm getting the hang of this now. So there we are. That is a little bit about the actual station and the Ribblehead Viaduct. So you now know where it is. If you ever get the chance, do go. It's in a glorious part of the Yorkshire Moors, and you can drive there. And if you go along the road, as you're driving along, the Ribblehead Viaduct just comes into view. You go around a bend and it's there. And another thing, there's a pub at the bottom of it. So yeah, so we can't turn down a pub at the site of something that we're building. So there we go. Check out Dent Station 2. It's the next one up the line. Yeah, it's as I say, it's a lovely line, Zadster. Where are we at? I'm just yeah, I'm just catching up with chat. Remember, while I'm building away, I don't always get a chance to see what's happening in chat. So if you miss your comment, remember to put it in bold, and I'll try and pick it up. Yeah, but as I say, it's also a chance this evening, as it's a Friday, and I've got a nice drink with me. We could have a chat. You can ask some questions. Dent is the highest station on the British Main Line. There we go. Yeah. See, every day is a school day on skipper scale models. And so to the model. Yeah, we now know that this is the station, the platform facing side. So, yeah, well, how do you get in then? Small door at the side? Maybe. If you have been to Ribblehead Station, do let me know. Right, where are we up to? We'll get on with some building while you're thinking up questions to ask me. And I see there's 11 viewers and I've only got 5 likes. So if you're watching and you haven't given me a like, and if you do like it, give me a thumbs up, because it all helps with the algorithms and technical things that YouTube look at. And even if you don't like it, you can give me a thumbs down, because it still counts. Dent Station is actually the village of Carlisle, nowhere near Dent. I know this because my surname is Carlisle. Is there a connection, Sadster? Right, the roof. The roof. Following instructions. After I left you yesterday, as I say, I went on to put the gables on, and I did a little bit more this morning when I put the entrance hall in, or the departure hall, or the waiting hall. And yeah, I let my glue dry up. I had to strip the nozzle out, get some paper and glue and pointy sticks, and unblock the nozzle. But it's easy enough to do, not a lot of waste. Well, if you don't have bold, where Oriel do, Oriel, yeah, anything will do. Yeah, you can colour it in with crayons. Yeah, that would do, and that would catch my attention. Or you can just type at skipper scale models, and it'll fill it in. If you put an at skipper scale models, it'll highlight it, and I'll be able to see it. So good. Right, let's get on with it. We're doing some building, and we'll see how far we get tonight. But yeah. First of all, I've got to find the roofs. Yeah, the roof. The roof consists of 2 layers of card. The first is the base layer. It's the grey card. That's it. Remember how I showed you last night that they're all numbered in here, and that's G11. That will be the roof, I guess. G11 it is. So that's that one. Now, yeah, you just got to be careful that you don't pop anything else out, otherwise you end up with lots of parts and you don't know what they are. There's definitely a family link somewhere, says that's we didn't move far away. Now, it's, as I say, the Yorkshire, area of Yorkshire, the moors and the area around there. It's just beautiful. North York Moors, North York Moors Railway as well worth a visit. It was a filming location for the original Railway Children, wasn't it? Jenny Agutter and such. So I've been spending most of my day here, actually, in the workshop, or bits and pieces of it, on and off, going down to keep Mrs. Ted company at times. But I've been sort of in the workshop trying to sort of like get things going again, and trying to refresh my memory about where I was up to and things like that. So where are we at on here? As you can see, these fit perfectly, and that goes on there. That's going to go on there like that. We can glue it on. Then it says it comes in 2 parts. Now, you know, you can't get it positioned wrong because of the way it sits and fits into everything. So what we need to do now is apply some glue to it. The railway children was at Worth Valley Railway near Halifax. Correct. You're right. I'm wrong. Yes, it was the Keighley and Worth Valley Railway. Still in Yorkshire. But it wasn't the North York Moors Railway. No. It was a Keighley and Worth Valley Railway. See? Candies are... What if you don't have bold? Definitely if I'm a link, yeah, it's washing powder. It's a washing powder gagged headband. Ariel. Oh, yeah, yes, I get it now. I thought, yeah, I get it now. I'm a bit slow on the take up here. More people are joining us all the time as we're going live, and I'm probably popping up on their YouTube recommendations. If I have popped up and you don't know who the hell we are, yeah, Skipper Scale Models here. Primarily build plastic models, but this time I'm doing something different, a card sort of railway station from Metcalfe Models. You can see the link in the explanation, the box down below. Well, go and have a look at it. Have a look at the site. There might be something on there that you might fancy building yourself. There's, yeah, it's not just this. Right, I've tried that. I've tried it once and I took it off so I could put some glue on it. I need to do it again. Right, this time we need to apply lots of glue. Well, not lots of glue, but glue in lots of places. So, excuse me while I don't look at the chat while I get it right. Yeah, I liked it, Mark. I did like the original Railway Children as well. I remember going to pictures to see it in the days before video. Didn't have a video then. Get down into shot so you could see. Just applying. Doesn't have to be everywhere because this, we will know that the glue will spread, splurge out. This one as well. As we mentioned last night, once we've now put all this interior inside it, the extra sort of dividing walls and such, it's become a really substantial piece of a building. It's nice and heavy, nice and firm, and there's a bit of sort of sturdiness about it. It's not like, as I said last night, it's not like the original kits, which were really just cartridge paper. Just, as I say, the glue does dry clear, but if we can do some damage limitation and sort of prevent sort of overspill. Freehand gluing, leave one to the yeah, freehand gluing. Yeah, you've got to practice in a zen-like state for years to do some freehand gluing. It's like a Chinese dark art. Been taught by the master. So secret you can't even tell you who the master is that taught me. So yeah, Do you think the build of this has inspired any of you out there to go and do one? Do one of these, I mean. It looks easy to light. Get one of those £1 LED Christmas light sets from Poundland. Warm white LEDs assorted. Yes. The can be lighted. Yeah, if there's anybody from the ground police out there, yeah, they can be lit, and they do look really nice when they're lit up, because you get that sort of glow through the windows. But yeah, for £1, yeah, again from the pound shop, a couple of batteries, and they look quite nice. I have an idea, as I said, that I've got a cottage to build, and I'm going to make that and put it on a little sort of diorama type scene. You may have seen those Lilliput Lane cottages. They're really tiny cottages, made from resin, I think, painted up. It would be like that sort of effect. And so, even you ladies, Gemma, that are not into making plastic models or anything like that, something like this could just fill that need or that niche. And it's really something nice, it's something different. But yeah, I do agree with you, Zadster, that these will look perfect lit up. Right, that's the glue going on. The glue going on. That's the roof put on, part one of them. And then we fit the roof without the glue to see how it works. Take back off and apply glue to top edges of the wall and fit back on. Right, we've done that. Yep. The printed section of the roof now fixes directly on top of the base layer. We've got to find it first. Big piece. That's it. Oh, there we are. Look at that. Yeah, cutting without a rule as well. Yeah, that's really, yeah. Kids, don't try this at home. We need to cut. It's even marked on here where to cut, and it shouldn't fall out. Metcalfe themselves, the people where I got this from, they also sell paper, the printed paper in this finish. You can buy the roofing papers, or you can buy the walls, the stone paper, even different papers. So if you wanted to scratch build something and you wanted to add it to your layout or anything like that, you can make it match the rest of your buildings. Because when you look around a building, there's not really much to it that you couldn't probably even copy yourself. Loads available for free to download on Pinterest. Yeah, there are. The problem is though with loading them onto downloading them yourself, you can't really get this quality of card in your printer. But you can put some card in, reinforce it, and yeah, build anything you want. In fact, I did look around Pinterest and the web, and even in some of the modelling, railway modelling magazines, they advertise where you can do your own free downloads and find a building that you like and print it off. It's probably a good idea that you could print it off, get some card suitable card like this, just transfer it and away you go. Right, we need, it says, I think in there I can feel there is a ridge, because it said, bringing these hover, we need to crease so it fits in there. So this is where this will come in. Concentration here, I'm just trying to line this up so I can bend this. I don't know how far to bend it, but we'll find out. Brilliant. Look at that. See how it improves. See how it, yeah, it's all coming together. There we go. It's better if you can see it in short. Yeah, it's all coming together. Let's get this out of the way so we can see everything that's going on a bit closer. There we go. So that's it. And also keep these little bits as well, the little offcuts. You can have a bag of them by the time you've finished a model. You never know when they could come in and build something else out of them. Oh, what we got? So now we can see that that's fitting. It fits quite nicely. The section of the roof, slightly shallow, so it needs folding up. There is a crease line indicated. That's it. Make sure the roof is glued firmly down at all points on the grey card base liner. Yeah, let's do that then. Yeah, we can go overboard here with the glue. Yeah, lots of it. We're going to need lots of it, especially the edges. Oh, I spotted here we have a little bit of a glue leakage, so we can just get rid of that. As I say, it will disappear. It'll dry clear. Does Ted have planning permission, safety codes at buildings? Oh, I've been on the course. I've got the yellow jacket. I've got the clipboard. I've watched a few grand designs programs where people have built their own houses. So yeah, basically I'm an expert. An ex under pressure spurt. Yeah, I'm trying to think where do we need glue. Right, wiggle wiggle, wiggle wiggle. Some on the back. Let's turn it around. Yeah, once I've built a few of these, I think I may go on and attempt to build a one-to-one scale house. I can advertise myself as a builder. Can't be that hard. All you need is some glue and some card and a few YouTube videos. Right, that's that bit. Oh, we need to glue this as well. Clean the muck off. Across the top of there. It really looks messy, but it's not. It's all being applied methodically. Is that the word? Right, now we can fit the roof on. Here goes. Just locating it behind the dormers. That's pushed all off, that won't work. Never mind, we'll get that in there. That's brilliant. That's got onto there. just be careful as you get it more built. There's more and more sort of finished panels that you could stick your gluey fingers on and rip off the pattern. I suppose when you come to weather it, yeah, you can weather these. When you come to weather it, you can hide it with that. You can also, the station itself is quite plain. If we go back and have a look at the station itself, you can see that there's we could see on the corner of the building there's a light, and then there's a clock, some chairs in front of it, sort of advertising boards, and downspouts. Yes, the gutters and the downspouts are they do add to it. I may get some or find a source some for doing this, and it really bring it to life. Candy says, do I include any Easter eggs in my builds? I haven't on this one. Let's go back to the I haven't on this one yet. No, I probably won't on this one until I have a think about what I could do. But as you know, I did some in the submarine, which it was quite fun to think of the Easter eggs to put in. I could put some. Yeah, I could put some in. A guy asleep on the bench. Yeah, I could have done like a guy asleep in the waiting room in here or something. I could have put a sleeping bag and something out there. I'm guessing that the Ribblehead Viaduct would be a popular destination for walkers and hikers. So we could put some like walking paraphernalia in. And what I want to do is I'm just going to hold this roof down a little bit just to make sure it sticks, otherwise it won't, everything else won't fit around it. But yeah, good idea that. I'll think of that next time, Mark. Maybe for the next builds. I'll certainly, when I come to build the little pub, I'll do some then. I'll do some in that, because that's going to be hopefully a full build with diorama and details and things like that. That's just when I make some wreath for the door. Yeah, you could make one out of milliput or something. You could carve it. So somebody, any other ideas how you can make a wreath for the door? What we need now is a station clock. Station clock would be good fun. Could put two station clocks on. Could put one at different time to the other one and see if anybody notices. The glue doesn't take long to go off, so I'm just holding it down a little bit. Have a chat to you, have a drink. Don't forget some coal if it's a steam engine. Yeah, I think yeah, coal's going to be hard to get at the moment. I think if there's any coal left on the station, somebody will have nicked it. Yeah, did you know we have trouble getting coal for the steamboat at the museum? We used to use Welsh heritage steam coal because it was perfect for the steam engine. But come the energy crisis, the company that produces the steam coal had decided to shut up shop and cease trading, and then the sort of problems with energy and that came along, and they reopened supplying it again. But the price of steam coal has gone up to £500 a tonne, so it didn't become viable to use that to run the steam engine anymore. So yeah. I think that's it. As good as it's going to be. Right, now this bit, now fit the roof sections for the front and rear gables. That's these. Fix the edges so that they meet the main roof firmly down by placing tiny spots of glue along the edge of the roof. Right, because going forward, yeah, because I've been clever and I've read ahead, going forward, this is all about meeting up with the what do they call them? The barge boards. That's it. Right. Do we need? I think we do need. Now fit the base roof sections. G5. G5. Two of them. G12. That one. That's it. Yes. So G5. Hang on, how do we do this? Let's get the roof on this building. So that's if you do manage to make a wreath, yeah, can you make me one as well and send it along? That's that one. And I'll put it, yeah, if you send it along, I'll put it on the station. That's that one. And then we want two G5s. I want a G12 off the other sheet. That one. Right. Right, that's it. Now it's telling us here that you actually think at first they're going that way, but they don't. They go on this way. You get to this sort of stage, and it's when then you find out whether or not you've been accurate enough with the gluing, and if you've got everything straight, it should all fit. But I'm sure you guys will. One at a time. Once you get the first one on, you have it's a doddle doing the second one. You know how it goes on, how it'll fit. You could, if you wanted, use some sort of spatula or something to smooth the glue out, but fingers work just as well. See where it tells us to use dots of glue to make sure it sticks to the roof. We'll put along there. But if you cut your nozzle really tiny right at the end, you can use it. You can use the bottle as an applicator, and it does the job well. So right, we don't want to at the moment touch it on the roof until it's in position, and then we can slide it forward. Because if we put it on too soon and slide it down, we stand a fair chance of getting a big splodge of glue on the roof. So I think we've got away with it. Just holding it down, just to let it glue. There we go there. A quiet moment while we let the glue dry. And a drink. There we go, I think it's dried. And then do the same with the other one, this side. Just check it fits. And there we go again with the glue. Up to now, haven't made any mistakes tonight. Up, yeah, it speaks too soon. Concentration here, getting the glue on. Bit of silent air while it happens. Mrs. Ted asked me today what I plan to do with all these when I've finished them. Well, she caught me a bit unaware really, because I don't really know. But I do have a new grandson. Yeah, he's been along. He's come along since the last time I spoke to you. I've got a new grandson. I suppose having a grandson, you've got some time to have a railway in some form or another. So, you know, some of these may get kept. And then, whoops, don't want to put it on too soon, as I say, in position, and then press it down. So yeah, that's probably what's going to happen, is that, yeah, we'll save these, might build a few more, and in time he'll inherit some of the buildings, and by the magic of YouTube, when he grows up, he'll be able to see how they all came together and watch his granddad build them. But yeah, thank you for the congratulations. And the Bobbins is now eating mince pies. I've been eating mince pies for months. So Ted, what will the new grandson's first model? Yeah, I think really, like, it's like the granddaughter. Yeah, because as you know, you'll have seen Skylar doing some of her her own live streams building. I think an ideal model for the first model for grandkids would be one of those Airfix quick builds. Brilliant. I like them. Built a few of them. But yeah, get the kids to grow up making things rather than expecting them to take everything for granted and ready-made, especially if they can make something with their own hands. I've always said that model making should be included in the school curriculum. Covers a multitude of skills: planning, construction, art, maths. Yeah, maths comes into it. English, following instructions. Yeah, if only well, when we get a new government, the minister that's in charge of schools would be a model maker. He might just add that to the curriculum. There we go. A little bit of glue squeezing out there, but we can get that in. Let's have a look at the chat. I'm going to need a bigger stash for the grandkids. He can get his own. Start with Duplo and work up to Dora. Yeah. Hey, our grandson. He's called Freddie, by the way. Hey, our Freddie. We've bought you your first model, Dora. Yeah. Yep. No. Yeah. I don't mind. I don't mind that you're only 1 year old on your first birthday, but Dora it is. And yep, if you're going by Grandad's build rate, you'll probably have it done by the time you're 15. Yeah, see what I did there. Yeah, history says that's there as well. Yeah, that's on the curriculum. Yeah, that could be in models as well. But yeah, what could you not think that something like this, for a group of kids to build, would, oops, yeah, I need to hold that in there a moment. I'm thinking that the roof tiles will cover it. Yeah, but yeah, something like this for the kids to build. Yeah, you could discuss Victorians, the Victorian engineering, building the railways, the navies, or history, geography. Let's look on the map, children, where Ribblehead is. Today is the Bobbins. Today is the anniversary of Battle of Trafalgar. Is it? Hang on. Is it not tomorrow, the 22nd? It is. Get a good old ratio. Yeah. I never really, yeah, I just forgot altogether. Oh yeah. Yeah. I should have. If I'd realised and remembered, I should have changed this. We could have had a tot of rum. We could have spliced the main brace. Yes, I'll have to. Did you know that Nelson suffered terribly from seasickness? There you go. That's something you might not know. Any excuse to have a go at the French. Yeah. Ooh. Yes. came, yeah, the time when we had a proper navy. There we go. Right, that's that done. Fit the printed gable roofs now. So we're going to continue with this as we did the original roof. Yeah, brilliant. Look at that. And it's quite beginning to come quite a weighty bit. Right, front gable roof. Right, we can cut these out. Lots of holes appearing in the cards now as we get more and more parts. Take more and more parts off. That one. That one. There's still an extension to go on this building yet. The waiting room, I think that's. Hang on. I visited HMS Victory earlier this year. Amazing bit of history. I went and visited Victory a few years ago. I was on business in Portsmouth, and I took the opportunity to go and see Victory. It's an amazing ship. And of course, as you know, it's the oldest commissioned ship in the Royal Navy. It's still on the Royal Navy list. Yeah, it's a side building they call it. But I was a little bit disappointed that the masts and everything like that, they were steel. They weren't wooden masts as the original would have been. Obviously, yeah, it's been changed over time, but it was fascinating to be on board. Yeah, stepping inside some living history. Looks pretty robust with the roof on. It does. It's, yeah. And when we get these bits on, it'll become even better. And see, if it, you know, the guys that design this, yeah, and the printing and such, and the cut, it fits perfectly. So once again, what we need to do here is actually make sure we get enough glue to hold these front ridges on, because it mentions that eventually this is where the barge boards will fit, so we need to be fairly accurate and firm with these. Squibble. Squibble. Oh. No, on the gable walls it's important that the base cards are fixed fully down onto the wall tops and the printed cards are fixed firmly down onto the base cards. Use clips to hold them until the glue sets. The reason is that the barge boards will then fit correctly. So what we can do, because the glue dries so quickly, we just hold it for a bit. And I can get a chance to have a look at the chat. Just pick it up and have a look that we've got. Here we want to try and get just some of the glue off, because if it dries on it'll become lumpy, and the barge boards probably won't fit as well. I've ever built a wooden model ship. There are some kits out there, Amati I think they're called, or there's Billings boats. I've never built a wooden sailing ship, if that's what you mean, like HMS Victory. I've never built one of them. One because, yeah, how could I say? One because it's not my sort of thing really. I've built wooden ships, but not sailing ships, or I've built ships out of wood, if that's what if you get me. But not sailing ships. One, I'm not particularly fond of building them, or want to be fond of building them because of the complexity, and also that when you have built them, they're not called dust catchers for nothing. Because once you've built them, put them on the shelf, you're never going to clean it. So unless you keep it in a case, it will just gather and dust forever, and all that rigging, all the rigging lines will just collect dust that you can never get off. Right, here we go again. That's that one stuck on, so we could do the same with this one. Squeal. Glue this, yeah. I'm sure that I will probably horrify some people if they came on, not knowing about me. They came on to the web, to the channel, and saw me applying glue straight for the bottle. How dare you do that? You can't build like that. There we go. That's that one. There's a little bit of glue just seeping out the top, so let's get rid of that so it doesn't interfere with the next parts going on. Has anybody in here ever built a model wooden ship? Not the plastic type. I know Airfix do a few, Mayflower, and yeah, they in fact do the Victory as well. Has anybody ever built one? I'm just looking at here, in the valleys here, where through no fault, it's going to take some real matching up, but the slates don't line up. But they wouldn't anyway in real life. What would happen? The roof would be tiled. Slated in two different directions, but in this gully here there will be probably some lead flashing. So yeah, that could be an extra that you could apply to make it put some more detail on, as I discussed, along with the gutters and downpipes. Some lead flashing. That would be a plumber's job, not a roofer's job. So my dad being a plumber, if there was in his time when somebody's roof was leaking because of the flashing had been stolen or whatever, they would get the plumber round to do it. He would look after the flashing into the rainwater into the gutters. I wonder if you could decant some glue into paint dropper bottles. What you can do, you can actually get a pen type system where you can decant the glue into that. But it just seems a bit of a fuss for me, really, this way works quite well. Try that one on there. Excellent. Right, we'll do the same again at the back. There's no wooden endeavours, says Adster. I don't know. Have a look at Billings boats, or yeah, even a Marti. I think they're an Italian company. It's quite a famous ship, so I'm sure that somebody would do one. Or just get the plans and build your own. Get the roof on. That's the last of the roof. We want to make sure that these are all held down. That the escaped glue is cleaned off. I'm going to have a check on the Metcalfe site to see whether they actually do. I can't recall, but I want to see if they actually do provide some guttering and downpipes and things like that, because I think something like that's going to add to the realism of this. There we go. Right. On the gable walls, it's important, etc, etc. They fit under the printed board against the roof at the end of the base cards. There we go. Then we go on to the side building. So yeah, we build the side building again, and then we build some chimneys. So what I'll do at the moment is leave the side building off. We'll look at getting the building finished. The chimneys. Take 6 of the G3 chimney stack liners. G3, that's them. Grey bits. There are some very candid. There are some very good books out there about building model wooden ships. The model shipwright being one of them that springs to mind. And there's another one. I think it's called Building a Wooden Frigate or something like that. Part of the modelling press. Been around for quite a few years. But they're great if that's your thing and you anybody wants to build a wooden ship. They're a great reference. All right, take 6 of the stack liners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and glue them together in a block with the edges tight. Right, let's glue these together with the edges squared up. One. You need to make sure that the edges are squared up fairly quickly. You can't think, oh, I'll stick it, put some glue on it and then see if they all stick together. This glue does grab quite quickly. It's also slippy. You might be experiencing a little bit of a buffering at the moment. YouTube telling me that I'm not sending enough signal across. Hopefully it'll come back in a minute. I know that the weather is pretty terrible outside at the moment, whether that's having any effect or in fact it's just because it's a Friday night. And maybe there's lots of people at home streaming videos or... Right, we need to make sure that these are now lined up. Oops, excuse me for bashing the camera. Right, let them together. There's 2 of these to do. So we'll do the other one, and hopefully the buffering might have stopped by then. Candy said he's not necessarily but good. We'll continue. It might be just a little bit, yeah. Or perhaps YouTube is just being picky. Just being oversensitive. Let's click on this and see what happens. Excuse me a moment. There was a burp, but the stream's fine. Okay, yeah, we'll keep going then. Yeah, we'll keep going. Hopefully it's sorted itself out. It might be the weather. Sometimes YouTube tells you something and then it just keeps telling you it even though there's nothing wrong. Right, we'll do another of these chimney stacks. Build them up 6 at a time, and the guys at Metcalfe have worked it out that 6 of these thicknesses make up a chimney stack. I wonder if they went round the station with a ladder and a tape measure. I know that these days have you seen that Hornby program where they start to build, where they plan a build of a wagon or a train or a car or something like that, and they photograph it with one of those I can't remember the name of the camera now, it's gone. Camera, you place lots of dots all over the item you're photographing, and then you go along it with a camera and it measures the distance between the dots and plots it. Photogeometry. That's the word I was looking for. That's it. But clever, isn't it? I wonder if you could do it with a building. Like, did somebody actually go on the roof and measure the thickness of the chimney? But then again, will anybody go up there and measure it and write to Metcalfe and say, I believe that the dimensions of the chimney on the Ribblehead Viaduct model are incorrect. They should be a further 2 millimeters high by 1 millimeter wide. Yours, disgusted of Bristol. They might access the survey data from the owners. Good point, yes. Probably in the archive somewhere. There will have been maybe architectural drawings. Good point, never thought of that. Right, there's 2 chimney pot stacks done there. Wrap the chimney stack around the block. Top edge fludge. Yeah, I know what I mean. I can't say it, but I know what I mean. Chimney stack, chimney stack. There we go. Let's get these in. I think what we'll do, we'll maybe build a chimney and see how we're doing for time after that. Cool. This was the first one. I know the because National Railway Museum has lots of this type of drawings in the archives. That's probably where it come from. Oh, blast! It's not straight. Look, you can see that it's just not straight. Oh, I'm over here. I'm just cutting. I think I'll get away with it. Right, there we go. Yeah, I think I'll get away with it. What's happened is that when I've clamped it, it's just slightly slipped. But yeah, I've got an idea how to get away with that. Right, what I'm going to do is when I fold this right, I know that this is going to be straight. So if I fold it around here and then ever so slightly just make the chimney stack liner ever so slightly proud of the inner, and that'll support it. That will straighten everything up, because it won't matter about this. The rest of it will go inside the building. So put that there. Drop the clamp. Oops. Or they counted the bricks, measured the available brick size at ground level. Yeah, and added them all up, allowing for different mortar thicknesses depending on how the bricklayer felt for that day, how much muck he had mixed. Yeah, this one's better. So we can make another chimney stack with this. That warning's gone off the screen now, so if any buffering that you did have, hopefully will have finished now. press that down just ever so slightly, just once again make it just proud of the stack, the top of the stack, and it will be nice and straight. We'll just get rid of that. Cool. I just checked the photos of the rail station that they cheated. The real chimneys are carved stone and a different shape. Let's have a look. Can we see that? Let's go back to the picture. Oh, they're just out of shot. Yeah, maybe that's how they get away with not calling it Ribblehead Station, because Annoyed from Bristol will have written and told them. Let's go back. There we go. Chimney pots. Cut out the terracotta strips at the top of the opposite page. That's them. How many chimney pots? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Cut the strip. Right. Right, what we need to do now is they actually print the chimney pots. That's the back of them. They print the chimney pots in the instructions. Now, if you want to be really sort of profesh, you can get some resin or even plastic chimney pots and do this the posh way, but you know me, I try to build everything out of the box and then just improve it from there. So we're going to cut out the chimney pots and do them as they say in the instructions. There we go. The important thing in models, it looks right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and you can also do lots in modelling where you can just fool the eye. Like for instance, railway builders are a different breed than us, aren't they? I don't mean that disrespectfully. But if you were to put this on your layout or as a diorama and portray it as the Ribblehead Station, would anybody know? Would anybody know it wasn't? What I'm doing now, it tells you to pull the chimney pots over the edge of your bench to start them going round. Then you need a round rod. It doesn't tell you what size of rod, so I'll have to find something that looks right. You could try a paintbrush, but they're never round. They're sort of shaped, aren't they, for your hand? I know what we could do. They messed up with the chimney pots, then retook the photo with the chimney out of view. That's it. Because it doesn't tell you how big these chimney pots should be. No, I think that's too big. Yeah, railway model builders aren't so riveting county. just looking for something to wind these around. No mind. I want to get this done so we could show you, and then we could maybe break for the evening. I thought I would have got this finished, but there's still lots to do. Hang on a minute. I can't find anything. No, I'll leave it. We'll leave it for now. Right, mount the chimney pots on the capping stones before fixing to the main chimney stacks. Capping stones. Capping stones. There we go. There's one chimney's capping stones. Now, just simply by gluing these together in a reducing size, it gives the impression of a chimney capping. God, I think what's happening is the glue is actually running out now. Well, not running out, but further down the bottle. So we put that one there, square it up. That one on there. Square that up. Then we can use an implement. Just to clear the glue off and throw it around the bench. It's not. I don't. Yeah, you probably, if you weren't filming it, I could probably get this done far quicker. But it's certainly a good weekend build. A couple of full days. And it's an enjoyable build. It's not a task that you're doing something that you have to get it built because you need it. It's an enjoyable model to do. And I can't remember the price of it. I honestly can't. But it wasn't that expensive. And you've already seen what I did. 2 hours build on it last night. TK, good evening. Nice to see you. Hi stranger, how are you? Welcome along. I'm doing something a little bit different this evening. As you can see, I'm building a model railway building. Yeah, but as I say, it was certainly 2 hours last night. We've been going good hour and a half tonight, and then little bits I've done behind the scenes, a couple of hours there, and then I can't remember how long we did for the first build. But yeah, you're getting your money's worth from the build. Right, that then I believe slips in there. Does it? It tells you that you can put these in. How? But don't glue them in yet, because they may need to be taken out when you fit the ridge tiles. There, chimney. Nice tall chimney stack so we can get a good draw on the fire. They don't even need to be glued in at all, so we'll just leave them. Let's get the other. Oh, Mr. Porter. Yeah, I remember those comedy films. Brilliant. Same again with this. I've actually put that chimney in there. I've jumped ahead in the instructions because I can. The roof cappings again. Sorry, chimney cappings. I use a little pointy stick that seems required from somewhere just to take the glue off. Straighten things up. Sometimes things just need straightening. You don't need to measure them to make sure they're central or anything like that. Just do it by eye. There we go. Working down at the bottom of the camera here. Oops, dropped it. There we are. There's the two chimneys done. Now what happens is this looks like a cigarette end. These get rolled up. I'm just trying to roll it in my fingers here just to give the idea. And they go on there. They do actually look pretty realistic. As I said, they've been coloured on both sides by the printing. When they're rolled up and glued and put onto there, they're looking fairly realistic. TK, you've not been about for a while because of life doing things. Yeah, it's why I've been away from here for so long. Life gets in the way. You get out the routine. And then before you know it, 12 months have gone. Zanza says this is £23 on Metcalfe's website. Yeah, and sometimes if you look around, you might get it on offer somewhere from a model shop or something. I know that e-models don't sell them. Sell everything else, but they don't sell these. But yeah, so for 23 quid you can definitely have a weekend's entertainment. Got glue everywhere. Yeah, it's certainly for 23 quid. You can't argue with that, can you? And the quality is fairly brilliant. So what you do then is you just, with the glue just sides here, if you turn them to the inside and then one chimney pot covers the other chimney pot. so the join is hidden. Just take away that little piece of glue. But get the idea. A chimney on top of the station. Looking at it, it's not quite straight. Yeah, just line it up with that square behind it. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too far out of line. Maybe just. So we'll continue and do that. 4 more pots to make. Lord Barkley, Old Mr. Porter and the Ghost Train. Great films. Yeah, they were good. Yeah, simple films, giving lots of entertainment. But there, I think that's it for tonight. What I'll do, I'll get cracked on. I'll get the chimney pots put on, and then I can do a continuation of this, and we will get it finished. I thought we'd get it done tonight, but there's still all the barge boards and the ridge tiles to go on. There's still another extension to the building to do. Is there a there's bound to be a picture of it somewhere. Hang on. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, we've got this building to make yet. We've got these barge boards to put on. The ornate sort of ridge tiles, they've got to go on. So we can look at doing that in another live stream and enjoy it for a bit. But yeah, as we've been discussing, great kit, money's worth. It's a substantial kit. It's not just something card and flimsy. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, it is very windy high up there on the moors. Yeah, that chimney pot would get blown about a bit. Probably lose a few over the years. The diorama, yeah, could have a red phone box on the railway station just outside the front door, outside the doors. But anyway, what I'll do, if I get back to you, hang on a minute. What I'll do, I think we'll call it a night for now. I'll go and carry on a little bit on this, just for another half hour, an hour or so, and then we'll come back. I won't be back tomorrow night because I'm doing something else. But over the next few days, I'll get filled in. I'll get completed on this and fill the bits in, and then come back to you for another live stream. We might do, yeah, have a look out for it. Like and subscribe, and if you subscribe, tick the notification bell, and you get to know when the next videos are coming up. But anyway, for now, I'll let you go. I'll go and do a little bit more. I will try and find a bar that I can wind these chimney pots around and get them on. But once again, it's been great to know that there's people out there, and you've come along to spend an hour and a bit with me, and yeah, I've really enjoyed doing it. Back to the bench, getting my mojo going again. But I've still got a bit of a drink to do here. But until next time, thank you very much for joining me, and we'll do some more as soon as I can. So good night everybody, sleep well, sleep safe, and that's all folks. Thanks a lot. Good night.